All right, boys and girls. So on this slate, I'm gonna have to trust Mr. Kelsey to bring us home because in order for the Saints to be competitive or to beat the Saints like Vegas thinks they will, I'm gonna need Kelsey to join the party. So I'm gonna be high on Kelsey on this slate. Seeing that he had a decent week 4, and he was looking more like his old self, we need him to do that on this slate for us because I can't see how the Chiefs stay competitive with the Saints without Kelsey. I just don't see it. And we know how Mahomes is. You know, he likes to pass to his receivers, his pass catchers. He's not gonna target 9 different players. He's gonna keep going to the people he's familiar with. Um, and the other thing you got to keep in mind is that the Chiefs do have a good run defense, but I wouldn't let that scare me off. I wouldn't let that scare you off of Kamara because he's matchup proof. You know, he can run in between. He can run inside. He can run outside, and he gets targeted a lot. So for passes. So Kamara's pretty much matchup proof, and he could go bonkers any game, no matter what defense it is. As far as captains go, fire me up. Kamara, Mahomes, Olave, Carr, Worthy, Kelsey. The thing with Kelsey is he's underpriced because of what he did the first 3 weeks, and I think he's too cheap for this slate. Unless he's 100% washed, he's too cheap. But I think he'll have a decent week 5 because they're gonna need him. Kelsey, captain. Shaheed at captain. Cunt. Oh my God, Cunt. Hunt at captain. He's going to be taking over running back 1 responsibilities since Carson Steele played himself out of touches. Perrine is fine for flex. I don't see him as a captain. I like both kickers as captains. So with this total being what 43 and a half, it could be a defensive game, and if it is a defensive game, you're gonna need those points from the kickers. Butker and Group are absolutely in play as captains. I don't think I want to play defenses on this slate. If I played a lot of lineups, I wouldn't mind, but I don't think we're going to need the defenses on this slate. That's probably where my captains are going to stop. And if you are thinking about making a lineup with a kicker captain, what I would do is game script it so that it makes sense and it correlates. You just don't want to be playing kicker to play kicker, right? So why would the kicker? What would make the kicker score a lot of points? What's the pathway for that? So let's say you use Butker. Cool. You got Butker up there at captain. So what are you trying to say? What's the story that your lineup is telling? It's saying that the Chiefs are going to score some touchdowns, and even if they don't get into the end zone, they'll get in field goal territory. So that's the story you want to say, right? Cool. The next person in your lineup should be Mahomes or Kelsey, but probably more Mahomes. Throw in Mahomes. The reason I say Kelsey, because he's going to get 10 plus targets. So we got Mahomes, right? So you got Mahomes, you got the kicker with his quarterback. So let's predict who's going to be the highest scoring pass catcher. I'm going to predict Kelsey. All right. So we got Butker, we got Mahomes, we got Kelsey. Now, if you think this game goes over at 43 and a half, if you think the Chiefs smash the Saints, play your lineup to reflect that, right? So let's get another Chief if we think this is going to be a blowout or a smashing, right? So let's throw in Shaheed at 8K because we still got 7150 left. Boom. What am I talking about? Not Shaheed. Worthy. You can do worthy or cunt. Let's do cunt because he's cheaper. Cunt. Oh my god, I did it again. Wow. Hunt. All right. So boom. You got Butker, Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hunt. That makes sense. Now, what you're saying is the Chiefs are going to score points. They're going to score a lot of points, and even if they don't get into the end zone, they're going to get their field goal. Boom. That's what this is reflecting. Obviously, you can't play all Chiefs, so we got to throw in a Saint, right? So now we throw in Shaheed, 8K. Boom. So now you got Butker, Mahomes, Kelsey, Hunt, and Shaheed. One of the top pass catchers for the Saints. So it all makes sense. It all correlates. All right. Your last person in, 6,900. There's two ways. There's a few ways you could go. You can throw in Perrine if you think it's going to be a blowout. Why? Because now that the Chiefs are leading by so many points, they're just going to run it down their throats and probably not use Hunt to keep them fresh. And they're going to use Perrine. That makes a lot. If this is a blowout, this lineup ships, right? This is a high scoring lineup, right? Cool. If you think that it's more balanced and it's a closer game, then what I would do is I would pick up the New Orleans kicker. That's what I would do. And even like this, you still have a lot of money left. But if you really do believe in your heart that you want to play a kicker captain, this is how you go about it. This is the template. Make it make sense, And then you could do it the same way, going back the other way with the Saints. If you think the Saints blow out the Chiefs, what I think that you just throw in your kicker and then, reverse that. Throw in your Kamaras, your Cars, etc., etc. Always tell your story with your lineup. And it's going to go one or two ways. You're going to cash easy or you're not going to cash. And that's what happens anyway. So try your best to make it correlate. As far as flex goes, Kamara, Mahomes, Olave, Carr, Worthy, Kelsey, Shaheed, Hunt, Perrine, both kickers. I'm not really interested in Steele, to be honest with you. Watson, you could take that shot. Schuster, you could take that shot. Jamal Williams. I'll probably stop at Jamal Williams, to be honest with you. Because we know with both these offenses that we know where the points are coming from. So I don't really feel like my player pool is always tight. So I don't feel like there's any real reason to expand it on this slate. We know who Carr's going to look to. We know who's going to get the touches in the backfield. So it doesn't really make sense for me. The only way one of these guys down here are viable is if somebody gets hurt. And if somebody gets hurt, they're still gonna if Olave gets hurt, Shaheed gets more touches, more targets. So you're already covered. If Shaheed gets hurt, Kamara's gonna get more touches. So they're gonna keep it in a circle. I don't know if we need to go to FanDuel. The player pool is pretty tight. We could look at it real quick. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up the video. If you're newer to NFL DFS or you don't have time to do research and you've been spending money and not winning and you want me to help you out, I can send you my finalized optimal lineups right before lock. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. And super chats are open. You can run to FanDuel, look at the pricing, see if there's any prices that stand out. But the player pool is going to remain the same. Kamara, priced up for a reason. You should shove him up your ass, to be honest with you. Mahomes needs to be great. Like I said, Carr, If you think the Saints are gonna win, you got to be playing Carr with his weapons. They're a high potent offense when they want to be. Like I said, the Chiefs have a good run defense, but Kamara is matchup proof. We all know that. Olave, Hunt, everybody's priced correctly. Shaheed, Watson's a little spicy with his pricey, but you know, 3 targets, 9,500. It's a little steep. I'd rather play both kickers, to be honest with you. Vereen, priced correctly. Steele, I'm not interested in. Juwan Johnson, if he's your last man in on FanDuel, that's fine. Jamal Williams, same thing. I know FanDuel's a little bit different. It's a little bit harder to get the guys in that you actually want. And when you play the lineup that you want, your last person in is usually the guy that you don't want. I know how it is with FanDuel. Noah Gray if you're desperate. I don't think I'll go under that. I don't think I'll go under the 7K. Actually, I wouldn't even play Gray. I'll play Schuster. But it doesn't even matter. If you're playing a lot of lineups, you can mix and match. Because you never know. This is NFL. So Schuster and Gray are in the player pool for FanDuel because of their pricing, 7K. Morneau. What are we doing with Morneau? He's 6,500. That's the only thing he got going for him. If he's your last man in at 6,500, fine, but I don't know if we need to do all that. Yeah, you better off playing Juwan Johnson, to be honest with you. You're better off playing Juwan Johnson. And trying not to get stuck with 6,500 as your last person in. That'll probably be your best bet. Because I don't really think you're going to get much of anything from Morneau at 6,500. You feel me? But play around with the lineup, see what you come up with. Any questions, throw it in the chat. I've held y'all long enough. I'm going to go in and get out of here. I do appreciate y'all taking time to watch the video. Subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Check out the Patreon link in the description. If you need help with lineups, check out the Patreon link in the description. And I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.